another day is here. Wake up, Billies, wake up, Billies. We gotta keep moving, na 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 na. Wake up, Billies, wake up, Billies. Everybody gotta put the time in. Wake up, Billies, wake up, Billies. Voice of opinion and place so calling WUB. Be yourself, see yourself, this is the show my people. Believe our hopes so to needless reason. Nobody feel left out, it's the vibe we dealing. Let's find a solution, yeah, yeah, yeah. No respect, unselfishness and cooperation. That's how we need to build a strong nation. We are the people to make the changes. We are the changes, WUB. And all the things that will happen and not got blue skies. And nothing that people get victimized. Let's work together for better, we got to unite. Billies, yeah. Wake up, Billies, wake up, Billies. Another day is here. Wake up, Billies, wake up, Billies. We gotta keep moving, na 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 na. Wake up, Billies, wake up, Billies. Everybody gotta put the time in. Wake up, Billies, wake up, Billies. Voice of opinion and place so calling WUB. Get up, make every day count. Don't waste it, people. Do your part, play around, get where you need to. Look and tune in for work or in your vehicle. If you got a problem, pick up the phone. Why wait till the time calling? It's the show with no matter even if you're at home. Just call in, WUB. Wake up, Billies, wake up, Billies. Another day is here. Wake up, Billies, wake up, Billies. We gotta keep moving, na 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 na. Wake up, Billies, wake up, Billies. Everybody gotta put the time in. Wake up, Billies, wake up, Billies. Voice of opinion and place so calling WUB. Be yourself, see yourself, this is the show my people. Believe our hopes so to needless reason. Nobody feel left out, it's the vibe we dealing. Let's find a solution, yeah, yeah, yeah. No respect, unselfishness and cooperation. That's how we need to build a strong nation. We are the people to make the changes. We are the changes, WUB. And all the things that will happen and not got blue skies. And nothing that people get victimized. Let's work together for better, we got to unite. Billies, yeah. Wake up, Billies, wake up, Billies. Another day is here. Wake up, Billies, wake up, Billies. We gotta keep moving, na 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 na. Wake up, Billies, wake up, Billies. Everybody gotta put the time in. Wake up, Billies, wake up, Billies. Voice of opinion and place so calling WUB. Wake up, Billies, wake up, Billies. Wake up, Billies, wake up, Billies. Another day is here. Wake up, Billies, wake up, Billies. We gotta keep moving, na 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 na. Wake up, Billies, wake up, Billies. Everybody gotta put the time in. Wake up, Billies, wake up, Billies. Voice of opinion and place so calling WUB. Be yourself, see yourself, this is the show my people. Believe our hopes so to needless reason. Nobody feel left out, it's the vibe we dealing. Let's find a solution, yeah, yeah, yeah. No respect, unselfishness and cooperation. That's how we need to build a strong nation. We are the people to make the changes. We are the changes, WUB. And all the things that will happen and not got blue skies. And nothing that people get victimized. Let's work together for better, we got to unite. Billies, yeah. Wake up, Billies, wake up, Billies. Another day is here. Wake up, Billies, wake up, Billies. We gotta keep moving, na 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 na. Wake up, Billies, wake up, Billies. Everybody.
Good morning, welcome to WUB Wake Up Billy's Morning Vibes for Tuesday, the 19th of August, 2025. I'm Mose, Hyde, hosting today, and a warm welcome to all our know, whether to listen, watch online, getting us via social media streams or via your apps that you have downloaded or simulcast coverage. We trust that you got up this morning rich with great health, your energy level is high, your vibration is positive. It's in our interest that your morning is spacious, flexible, and you've got space for what you've got to do, and of course space to join us, listen, watch. But we are going to be contesting for your time as well as your participation. We want to get you involved with this morning conversation we call the WUB, Wake Up Billy's Morning Vibes. As you should know, before we jump head on, we've got preliminary package to serve. Our news package prepared by our team here will be delivered shortly, but before we do that, we've got the latest forecast for our weather, courtesy the National Meteorological Service. Forecaster on duty, Francisco Wellington, tells us all about the next 24 hours.
Fair weather prevails and will support sunny skies with a few cloudy spells today and cloudy skies at times tonight. Showers or thunderstorms will be isolated, especially over the Mare Mountains this afternoon, and then a few more will develop mainly over inland and southern areas tonight. The outlook for Wednesday and Wednesday night is for fair, warm, and mostly dry conditions. Winds today will be light and variable, and seas will be slight. High tides will occur at 6:12 this morning and 8:26 tonight. Low tides follow at 2:09 this afternoon and 12:36 tomorrow morning. Temperatures this afternoon will peak at 80 Fahrenheit up in the Mare Mountains, 90 along the coast, and 96 inland. The moon will set at 3:44 this evening, followed by the sun at 6:15. In the sargassum forecast, satellite and surface observations continue to show large amounts of sargassum over our area. As a result, coastal destinations will continue to be impacted during the next few days. At 6 o'clock this morning, Hurricane Erin was located near 25.2 north, 72.2 west, or about 665 miles southwest of Bermuda. Erin was moving to the northwest at 7 miles per hour with maximum sustained winds of 110 miles per hour. That's the latest from the Belize Weather Bureau. Do have a pleasant day.
The first private radio in Belize since 1989, Creme FM presents the news. Informative, accurate, current information, local, regional, and international news, weather and sports. And now, the news. The first private radio in Belize since 1989, Creme FM presents the news. Informative, accurate, current information, local, regional, and international news, weather and sports. And now, the news.
First human case of the New World Screwworm. The patient is a 21-year-old male from Benkevejo who sought treatment at the San Ignacio Community Hospital on August 15th. It is believed he came in contact with the NWS fly in the area of Arenal. Authorities on Monday held a press conference and said it was only a matter of time before Belize recorded its first human case, as every village in the country has recorded cases in animals except the districts in the north. They say Belize is the last country in Central America to record a case of screwworm in humans. Both Honduras and Costa Rica have recorded at least one death from screwworm infections. We hear from Kim Bautista, the Chief Operations for Vector Control at the Ministry of Health and Wellness.
A check earlier today revealed that the patient is responding very well to treatment, and he should be released either later today or tomorrow morning. And we will be monitoring as a ministry the progress in terms of his recovery from New World Screwworm. What tends to happen in both animals and humans, the risk factor tends to be an exposed wound. In animals, it could be a scratch, it could be a tick bite. It doesn't have to be an open wound. In this case, that patient was undergoing treatment initially for a lesion, a leishmaniasis lesion, and that I guess the exposure of that wound, that open flesh wound, expose him to the fly. Which the transmission pattern is that the fly would lay eggs on the wound. Those flies develop into maggots or larvae, and that's the larvae that starts infesting the flesh and burrowing its way into the flesh. So that was his risk factor. So the message basically that the Ministry of Health and Baha is pushing is for pet owners and animal owners and a whole to practice proper wound management, and the same goes for you. So if you have a cut or some wound, it's to ensure that it's properly cared for, whether you're putting in a bandage or any topical medication to avoid any infestation. It's the same that is being applied. So right now, I think Baha is seeing a higher incidence in dogs than in livestock. And so we're saying to pet owners, you need to monitor your dogs, your cats, and other pets to ensure that if they have any wound or if you detect any early infestation, that Baha is notified immediately, because the key to it is proper wound management.
The treatment being employed after removal of the maggots is ivermectin and antibiotics, and is free of cost. People are advised to seek treatment early.
So once the treatment is administered, you will not have the ongoing development of new larvae in the wound. So and of course, as I mentioned, the role of the antibiotic is just to prevent any serious infection, because that image that is floating around, which shouldn't have been in the media in the first place, that is a very minor wound compared to if you would look at images online of New World screwworm cases in humans, which could be very quite graphic, because especially if it's affecting areas with a lot of soft tissue, like in the face. It tends to eat at a very fast rate, and that is why it could be potentially fatal if not identified and treated immediately. So what we're saying to persons is that if you have a wound that you suspect there may be an infestation, and you can feel that tingling, that movement in the wound, whether it's oozing or releasing some odor or something like that, to go in and get yourself checked out, because then initially you might not be seeing the larvae until maybe second, third day, fourth day, when it is already starting to affect you. So seeking healthcare very early would allow us to properly manage the wound, remove the larvae, and get your antibiotics, and then of course you move into a recovery phase.
At last count, the overall cases of NWS screwworms were at over 300. Given that the cases are spreading and Baha is likely to be spread thin, responding to cases, they advise pet owners to remain vigilant and treat all open wounds on pets. Here is the Deputy Director for Animal Health, Dr. Salustino Pech.
As you may know, the calls that we're getting daily, they're getting too many. So in certain cases, we will come and visit if it's the first time, and we're going to educate the owner as in what they can do, what all other options there are of medications, and if possible as well, we're going to leave medication along as well with the proper tools to be able to extract any worms from the wound. But it may come to a point where there may be too many cases that we won't be able to report, to attend all of them in a single day. And that's the reason why we're always taking our time to educate the owners, so that they are aware of what they can use and how they can use it.
Cases in dogs are now estimated to be around 45%. The Belize Bus Owners Association, in a letter to the Minister of Transportation on August 7th, reported learning that the decision was taken for all 3 EV buses for the districts to be awarded to Westline Bus Company Limited during the pilot project phase. The BBA tells the minister that this turnaround from the previously announced decision of the former minister, Royal Ferguson, is deeply concerning. Ferguson had announced that the operation of the buses would be put out to tender and would be distributed to the north, west and south. The BBA decries that the change is being done without consultation or notice and calls for a return to the previous decision. It argues that the change will not only be inequitable but will also prevent other BBA operators from gaining the hands-on and technical expertise necessary for future involvement of operators in the EV transition of the industry. We note that Minister Zabanella stated that 2 buses would operate in the west and 1 in the north. We reached out to him for confirmation if this has changed, and we are awaiting a response. Back in June this year, there was a lot to be said about the burning of a large amount of files from the Ministry of Economic Transformation. Officials from the ministry were exposed by activist Nigel Petiro, as it so happened that the disposal was taking place on a piece of land for one of their real estate projects. The ministry subsequently put out a release stating that there was nothing unusual about the burning and that the files were no longer of relevance. However, the Auditor General promptly wrote the ministry stating that permission had not been sought for the disposal. Yesterday, CEO Carlos Paul reported that they liaised with the Auditor General to address the matter. Police are investigating the death of a 23-year-old man from Cayo in an apparent freak accident. Reports are that Pablo Bull was at home with his common-law wife and one other individual in El Progreso, Cayo, when he fell while holding a knife. Bull sustained injuries to his abdomen that eventually caused his death. ACP Gilberto Romeo said police do not suspect foul play at this time.
Okay, on Saturday, the 16th of August 2025, police responded to a report at the San Ignacio Hospital. Upon their arrival, they saw the lifeless body of Pablo Bull, 23 years, with a stab wound to the left side of his abdomen. Investigation revealed that Bull was at home along with his common-law wife, Silva Chanek, when he stumbled and he fell, and the knife caused his injury. We are conducting a thorough investigation into this report. We are awaiting a post-mortem examination.
He was holding the knife?
Yes, he was holding a knife and he was about to get some meat ready to do a barbecue.
So far, is there any signs that suggest any type of foul play?
Not at this time, but a thorough investigation will be conducted.
Where did this happen?
This happened in Progreso Village in the Cayo district.
Did he and his common-law have any issues prior reports?
Not that we know of, no.
Was anyone else around?
Repeat the question.
Was anyone else around?
There were 2 persons at the time at the house, along with the deceased.
Okay, and they corroborated this story?
That is correct.
And that brings us to the end of our morning news package inside the WUB, Wake Up Belize Morning Vibes. We will now take ourselves a small break. When we come back on the other side, there will be an open sign. Conversation is available, accessible. But right now we take a small break. You're listening to Creme Radio. You're watching XTV. We will be right back.
Informative, accurate, current information. Krem's Newscast. Local, regional, and international news. Weather and sports.
At Atlantic Bank, your convenience is our priority. Our contact center is designed to enhance your banking experience. With a wide range of customer service options, you save time and effort. You can easily call in to block or unblock your debit and credit cards, perform account inquiries, and access detailed card information. Whether you need assistance with online banking, merchant support, or general inquiries, our team is ready to help. For added convenience, if all operators are busy, you can leave your number and an operator will return your call as soon as possible to ensure you receive the support you need. Depending on your transaction type, we may need to verify your identity through a set of security questions. And remember, Atlantic Bank will never request your username or password for Atlantic Online via phone call, text, or email, ensuring your personal information remains safe and secure. Our support team is available Monday to Friday from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. in both English and Spanish. Simply dial 223-1212. This is a dedicated line for our contact center. Atlantic Bank is committed to providing you with exceptional service and the tools you need to manage your finances conveniently and securely. Take full advantage of our easy-to-use contact center services today.
Atlantic Bank, building the future together.
Amandala is now online. You can now access Amandala's midweek and weekend issues online by logging on to our website at amandala.com.bz/news and joining our membership portal today. There's 5 easy steps to get unlimited access to weekly e-paper, archive publications, and a host of other exclusive contents. Number 1, go to Amandala's website. Number 2, navigate to subscribed areas. Number 3, choose a membership level. Number 4, check out using our secured portal. Number 5, log into the members only section. Telephone numbers 501-280-4703 or 202-4477. Fax us at 501-222-4702, or you could email at amandalapress@yahoo.com or amandalapress@gmail.com. Amandala, all power to the people.
Bringing people together.
All right, welcome back to the WB Wake Up Belize Morning Vibes on this Tuesday morning, 19th of August 2025. And I start the conversation. That's right, we've completed the warm-ups and we can now engage fully in exchange of thoughts and views and opinions as we do weekday mornings, and we invite you to jump in. The telephone number for you to participate in the conversation is at 280-5848. Those are the live lines the live line, I should say, that you can get to participate, and we need you to know that fundamentally this is the most important component of what we do here, is to get you on board and get your thoughts and feelings and all that great stuff. So utilize the line and not take long. In the meantime, of course, we've got to jump into things, but it's not what we want. We don't want to be putting a sermon or preaching and none of that. We want exchange and talk, leave it, and of course facilitate your input. And that's what we try to do this morning. Coming up at 8 o'clock, we've got a guest, so a little traffic mixed in this morning, but for the most part we try to ensure that weekday mornings we have conversation space. That's the format that we have here. No exclusive. This is an inclusive, participation based thing that we do here, and we've been doing it for a quarter century. Say that to make it sound like a really long time, right? It's been about just moving on to a 26th year of this conversation on Creme Radio and now on XTV. Yesterday we spent some time talking a little bit about some of these big conversations that took place last week Friday. In fact, we spent the last part of the show yesterday just essentially getting a download from our news editor Marisol Amaya. We did it because we feel that it is important all the time, whenever our head of state and when our leaders and people who have these huge responsibilities in our country are traveling and meeting with their counterparts from wherever, we think it is a fundamental responsibility for us to try to engage and find out what's going on. Of course, we don't have a very robust culture of being present. I'm speaking about the media at these affairs. Obviously, one of the main reasons is it's expensive. A second reason is that we don't usually get a very warm, committed energy from our leaders when they're traveling. We're not given itineraries, we're not told long in advance, and in some instances we find out after the fact. People travel and we barely get any reports on what they're doing. That is not acceptable. The whole treatment of sharing information with the public and utilizing the media, the commitment and the culture of doing it is extremely poor, extremely weak, and it's a lot of it. I would say is not so much that it's really like multiple factors, as I said, right? So a part of it is like if some meeting is going to be held in the UK, we won't get there. We have this whole thing going on at the ICJ. We were facilitated once to do a little ICJ, and that was kind of like that was done by, I believe, if I recall, I think our friends, allies, wanted to facilitate, people becoming aware of the ICJ. So it really was a self-interest thing, and so there was a footing of the costs for the media to go to The Hague and kind of do a kind of introductory thing to The Hague. Now that we have so much on the line at The Hague, the ICJ, that's where the ICJ is located. across the next side of the planet that they did. So you generally have to try to impose yourself, speaking about the media, to try there when it is our people will travel and meet, because we don't even have a healthy in-house, and in particular the present administration has a negative view of facilitating the press, and so there's no any kind of regular press briefing, press conference. That's not happening. It's not been happening. The Bisenio administration has turned its attention from that, and so generally the media has to try to sneak up, get you up and get you when they could get you. That's kind of like the way it's done. There's no, you know, oh, there's going to be a weekly press briefing. And it comes into light because one of the things that stuck with me from Marisol's download yesterday, her briefing on what transpired in South Mexico, in Campeche, and then in Chetumal on Friday, and the whole kind of chronicling like how it all happened and how we were able to get there. One of the things that stuck with me was that this meeting was something that had been organized, and there was a commitment for this meeting for a while. These things don't, these kind of meetings, these countries don't just do any 11th hour thing like that. That's not the game they play. They are not spur of the moment. They are not, you know, random. They're fairly organized. They have so many moving parts, security concerns. They have to deal with the protocol. They have to make sure that, you know, the media is involved. It's like there's a whole thing. We were not notified of this meeting. Speaking about here in Belize, we didn't know about this meeting. In fact, as pointed out by Marisol yesterday, we only knew about this meeting because the Mexican president in one of her press briefings said that this is what is going to happen, and then now, so that happened last week, a couple days before this is supposed to take place. And so it really creates this huge contrast in how matters are being organized with our neighboring countries as compared to how we are being dealt with here. Now, most journalists are very tough skinned. They have accepted that this is the way, and so they figure out other ways and workarounds to try to get the job done. I am not a day-to-day microphone in hand, running down an interview kind of journalist. I'm an opinion journalist. That's what I do. So I'm not in your face. I'm not trying to get, I don't really, I've never been involved with press conferences, but press conferences are a healthy tradition to have. And so I don't believe that the journalists have really hammered home this point enough about, and have not really stood up to this, that they've been forced into this kind of chase, run you down kind of approach. But generally you have to you will always have to do a bit of that, but that shouldn't be the main course. Now, compare it to the fact, listeners and viewers, the president of Mexico, a country of 132 million people, I think that's what I remembered, has a daily press briefing. Just imagine that. Every day, every morning, before the day starts, like the first thing will happen with the leader of the country is that there is a speaking to the people. No, this is not to speak or suggest that then people are not have their own negatives, their own things when they're not do good, when they're not properly, or that have a bunch of people in Mexico where probably say, I see you and you tell me loan abstract and I don't believe you. They say, I'm sure that there's that. So this is not an opinion or a commentary on the essence or the sincerity or or how impactful it is, but the practice. Krem, good morning, WUB. Krem, good morning, WUB.
Morning, my brother.
Good morning, sir.
You look like you're making a complaint because your prime minister has been making a lot of great moves and to inform the public. I don't know what type of prime minister neglects and turn the backs on the journalists there and the media house them, because I mean that little part of transparent to make your public, to make your country know about every move you make. I mean, when they gone and approach the Mennonites there, they cut the logging. The Mennonites haul out the phone and call big official and give the phone to the police. And who do you think answer? A minister. Direct. They think and call for Mose. You know? Then from one minister to the next minister they have a conversation. Not to cut a short for where I'm say. But they don't sound like you're in a good mood this morning. They don't run down nobody forget no news. You understand that, my brother?
It's to say that even when you have one commitment to press conferences, that don't mean that we are going to get the answers where we want or get all the information where we want. There's no guarantee of that. There's still work to be done by the journalists, and that is not a cure-all. But it's to put on the record again, which we've had this conversation before, that this is not the direction we should be going. We should not be going to less. We should be going to more. We should not be going where it is more difficult to seek out and engage. Now, I don't complain. It's just to say that it's unacceptable, and to then compare and contrast. And so not compare. You know, people like don't compare me with nobody. You know, people like say that. You know, like you're in a relationship with people and always say, don't compare me with she.
But you can't touch the media, Mose. You can't touch the media.
But it does create this stark contrast. It does say, but wait, why this country, we're bigger than we. I mean, we small, brother. We are a small country, right? This is a huge country. And of course, there are many reasons why they reach a point where they realize the need that they have to talk to them people. And again, this is not to, I know they try say that this perfect system or the Mexican president is this, perfect. I know they know.
But they're supposed to keep your people informed about every move. They make that part of transparent.
So nobody want to complain, right? Nobody want to complain. Nobody want to make a big fuss. I could tell you that all kind of swapping and all kind of behind the scenes efforts were being made by one lot of the media houses in Belize for try to see how they could represent that this thing. And a major reason why it become like so incredibly hectic and difficult is because we never knew about it until the last minute. But this was not a last minute thing. And I am putting on record that it should not be a last minute thing. And you might say, well, you don't like the media houses, you don't think much of them. But the bottom line is this, is that when you treat your media and your journalists poorly, you might think, no make no one think that they're too important. But you have to understand, it is not the journalists that you are treating unkindly and unprofessionally and inadequately. You treat your people, because this is how information reach your people. And if we say, we claim that we in our representative democracy, I had this conversation because a high official was kind of disagreeing with me that that everything where the government they do therefore kind of engage the people and get the people in position on it. They make the argument that when people vote, then then basically they put the affairs in the hands of these people, and they have to like kind of sit back and make them people do their thing. And I have one totally different view of how one representative democracy is supposed to work. That representing me does not mean that I've left you or you've left me. When you represent me, it means that you're supposed to make sure that where you do and how you do it, they align with how I want it to be done. So if I send you, my brother, and I say I can't go to that meeting because I have something else to do, or I don't want that or that. You go and represent me. I choose you for go represent me. No, you go there and you say, well, Raka don't choose me, so now that I there, it be based on where I like and where I want and where I think. If one thing come up, somebody come with an idea that this meeting about why we should do A or should do B, and one decision have to make, and you to represent me, my brother, what you want to do at that point in time? You want decide or you want check with me? How that going? I know they hear you.
Because Mose, Mose, listen to me.
I ask one question. I just want one answer.
I want to check it through, I mean.
Yeah, I never hear. I see the phone never made the work. So you want, fundamentally, you want to check with me.
I want to check it through.
You have to check with me. Because if you go and do what you want to do, then you and me are fall out. Because then you never really represent me. You represent you. And that's not the agreement where we have. That's not
so it work. That's not how it work.
That's not the understanding where we have. So it is not that the media they high-minded and think, well, we for there and we for no. It is that fundamentally there is a responsibility to make sure that everything where it go on. No, obviously, if there are things which are, you would say, information, whether security concerns, where if there is there are things which I could accept, reach one level of sensitivity where it has to be confidential. Like I know that is natural, but for the most part, the whole approach, it is absolutely disrespectful that one meeting of the magnitude, especially when you are meeting Guatemala, at that level. But this was no matter that there was no earth-shaking announcement made after the meeting. The fact is that you sit down in our room for hours with big people from big countries, and in particular, a country where Gawe right now, the one quote, claiming that half of the country belongs to them. So fundamentally, if no announcement make after the meeting, nothing was agreed to, no, whatever, but only sit down for hours, whenever you meet, you need to make sure that the people who are working on behalf of sharing information in the public, that then they have to make sure that there is, at the very least, appear as if though this is a closed circuit thing where they go on.
So I got bad news to you because half of this country is and will be for Guatemala. Because that's the way Guatemala train their people for. That's the way Guatemala set in on the media. That's the private conversation when they have behind closed door. We could cry whatsoever we want. We could say what we want. But by the end of the day, the reality is that the people believe and know deep down in their heart that half of believes that's it then. That's why the people come in for we water how they want and when they want. You get what I'm saying? We could say what we want. Listen to me. The Prime Minister of yesterday is not the Prime Minister of today. Always keep that in your mind. The Prime Minister of yesterday, when he used to walk at you, struggle at you, tell you all I could tell you, is not the Prime Minister in that seat today. When election time come, these people tell you we 1 year. And all the way turn a blind eye to the reality. You know what I'm saying? All the way. Okay, what we say. Their people are doing what they want to do because they believe that they do the right thing to better off we. You get what I'm saying? The reality is, you know why the journalists they get, you know why the media house get treated like that? Because the media house, each and every time, the media house have to go and pick up their own information. And then when you ask them the question, they are not aware of where to talk about, where you get that from. Media house has been disrespected by many leaders publicly. I will say that. I will turn. Then it's supposed to be one red flag to make you understand these are the real and true character of each individual. You can't blame one minister for the way how he stand. You can't blame all of them for how he stand, but each individual will have to be responsible for their action. You can't blame all of them together, but each individual have to be responsible for their action because they are a regular human being with regular behavior. And so much things happen in this place. You ever talk, when you talk to a prime minister, you ask a question, he's not aware of that. How you not be aware of certain things when you are the leader? How the media house have to go out, pick up information and tell the public. And then when you tell the public want they want to know where you get that from, where you heard it. Telling me the house have to bring facts.
I want to, I hear you, brother, and you say that people are doing what they want. People are doing what they want unless it is that we organize ourselves for a different behavior or a different result. And so I am saying here that if we just carry on like it's normal and acceptable, I don't know if any high official want to listen to this or give a damn about what they say. But important that the people where they listen and watch, the everyday Belizeans have one consciousness of what they want and what they don't like. And I'm trying to make them understand that we're not going in the right direction. If we have to know about a meeting of this magnitude, we find out about it from the next leader. Like, it no matter if nothing happened there with me, nothing bad happened or no major agreement, that okay, tell me that. And it's not like we never get free interview and get comments and all of that. The fact is we know for a year about no meeting from our next leader. The minute there was we're not for
here for no meeting for other people.
We're not for the year for no other people.
Yeah,
we're not for the year for other people, and we're not for the year. Once the agreement has been made that we are meet, put out a release and say we have agreed to meet with the Mexican leader and the Guatemalan president next month, such a date, so that now the responsibility of participating legitimately, getting accredited and all of that is then the onus is then on the media houses. Now I'm not here I am not here saying that media houses are, that we there one level where we need for there. I know they say that we not got a lot of room for go, that we not got a lot of improvement, and we not got a lot of weaknesses. We do. But I think there are some fundamental things where we have to agree to. And what we have to agree to is that we don't know like gimmicks. The role where we have the important role, and any government has to understand that its attitude towards the media is really a message to its people. So you're not the insult the individual journalists. What you really do that disrespect the fundamental responsibility that you are there on behalf of people, and people feel know, even if people not care, even if people say, they want to meet with that president. I didn't even care when they talk about. Then they talk about some. Then they talk about some a biosphere. And then they talk about some whatever. Then they talk about. Yeah, people got it right for say. Then that don't know nothing to me. But we know if we exist in a society we part, they don't know about it. They feel know, and if you come at the 11th hour, it makes it very difficult, because if the meeting was held, if the meeting was being held in Washington, you could tell me about it 2 or 3 months in advance. We not got the money to reach Washington. If the meeting they happen at Costa Rica, you could tell me about it 2 or 3 months before. We can't make it. We not got our money there. But the meeting they happen a couple hours away from Chetomal, well, we could figure that one. You understand what I say? We could figure that one. We know that we're that close to that yard, that are next door. People go there pan frequent. So that one they know within reach now, as you and me know, and most people, when you deal with Mexico there are a lot of rules, and then a lot of they don't know they don't know disorderly. You know, come there half and think that's just how it works. When you hit the border, you know that tighten your game. Because
the people that make you know like that, you're not the home.
You're not the home. I don't think, you could just walk there and say, well, you're a Marisol, you're a Mose. No, they want to know, okay, we part your credentials there for sure that you legitimate. You have to do your processes. So you come there now 11th hour and they try work out these things. It don't happen like that. So, but for me now, the more important thing is just this whole concept that one leader of one country have such one commitment that every single morning, I think that weekday mornings, every single weekday morning, the day start with that president did the whole press briefing.
Most what the man them is say when they get the power, they want to have a regular press meeting. They said that. The man they said that. But by the end of the day, that's what I tell you, the Prime Minister yesterday is not the Prime Minister today. The people feel like they have, which they have the right to answer to you when they want. They don't have to. You get what I'm saying? That's the reality, but like we don't want to accept it. We don't want to accept that today that the mindset of we leader.
I know they accept your message of acceptance. I know they accept that if you accept anything. I just say that when things go on where you don't like, you start off by saying you don't like it. if you're not heard, then you figure out how you will be heard and you organize for what it is you want to see happen. I know agree with, well, we don't want to accept it. We should never accept nonsense, and I feel like it is complete nonsense that we exist in our this kind of anti-media policy, where you're kind of restricted in your opportunities to engage and get questions put forward and get the answers where you need to share with your people. I reject the idea that media involvement is an afterthought. I think that BS. And so the first thing we have to do is call it out. So I know they accept your philosophy of acceptance, sir. I know they with it. All
I have to say is the best is yet to come.
With that, we give thanks, respect to your input. It is 7:28. This is time for 2 Cents Calm, sponsored by Fort Point Security. So first break inside the WB Wake Up Believes Morning Vibes.
You're watching WB and this is XTV. 2 Cent question of the day. Alright? They're thinking about it. I don't want to say me say. Alright? I just go about to find out the people in 2 Cents how they feel about George Price or Philip Golson face on the Belize currency. We could find out the people in 2 Cents.
You're truly independent.
That you're 2 Cents.
At least that will be part of the independence other than the political independence.
All right.
Because if you got a king or a queen on the money, and then they so much 1,000 miles away, I don't know where they're going higher. I don't see whether the purpose of for their head, they pay the money to represent Belize with our independent nation. So we're supposed to have our own pan the money.
You know your thing, that you're 2 Cents.
Simple.
All right. Man know George Price face or Philip Golson pan the money. How you feel about that?
No comment, sir.
No comment, all right.
They mess up and say do that because the money not value no on, man. Yeah. So you can't do that, man.
Only Belizeans know that George Price, everybody know the Queen. That's why that 2-1 with the Queen with American money, right, you understand?
Respect.
You check, so that no sensible idea.
So that you're 2 Cents?
Yeah.
It's
Mexico don't know George Price. Guatemala George don't know George Price, but everybody know the Queen of England.
I hear you.
Tired of replacing light bulbs? LEDs are what you need. LEDs last up to 30,000 hours. That's 30 times longer than incandescent bulbs, and up to 8 times longer than compact fluorescents. So less changing and less trash. Planet Earth thanks you. And the LED experts at Brothers Habet and Habet will help you find the best LED solution with colors for every room and mood, starting as low as $6.95. You can even get LED strips for home, office, and industrial use. So say goodbye to fluorescent tubes forever. And because they use up to 90% less energy, you save money. Money you can spend on other things. So head to Brothers Habet or Habet today. You can also call, email, or Facebook us. Have a brilliant day.
En Atlantic Bank, tu comodidad es nuestra prioridad. Nuestro centro de contacto está diseñado para mejorar tu experiencia bancaria. Con una amplia gama de opciones de servicio al cliente, ahorras tiempo y esfuerzo. Puedes llamar fácilmente para bloquear o desbloquear tus tarjetas de débito y crédito, realizar consultas de cuentas y acceder a información detallada de tus tarjetas. Ya sea que necesites asistencia con la banca en línea, apoyo para comercios o consultas generales, nuestro equipo está listo para ayudarte. Para mayor comodidad, si todos los operadores están ocupados, puedes dejar tu número y un operador te devolverá la llamada lo antes posible para asegurarse de que recibas el apoyo que necesitas. Para mayor seguridad, es posible que necesitemos verificar tu identidad con un conjunto de preguntas sencillas. Recuerda, Atlantic Bank nunca solicitará tu nombre de tu usuario ni contraseña de Atlantic Online por llamada telefónica, mensaje de texto o correo electrónico, asegurando que tu información personal permanezca segura y protegida. Nuestro equipo de apoyo está disponible de lunes a viernes, de 8 a.m. a 6 p.m. en inglés y en español. Simplemente marca al 223-1212. Esta es la línea dedicada para nuestro centro de contacto. Atlantic Bank se compromete a brindarte un servicio excepcional y las herramientas que necesitas para administrar tus finanzas de manera conveniente y segura. Aprovecha al máximo nuestro servicio del centro de contacto.
Atlantic Bank, building the future together.
With smart, we've got no doubt. Data dreams without no limitations. We're what it's all about. Come on now, everyone needs data to get through the day. With data that is strong. Data bundles in every single good way. Together's when we belong.
Smart, bringing people together.
Welcome to Design Depot, where you'll find premium quality products from trusted brands, all in one place. Visit us today for quality products, expert service, and the brands you trust. Design Depot, all in one place.
Belize introduced its new electronic passport in 2022 through the launch of the Electronic Passport Issuance and Control System, EPICS. The e-passport includes an electronic chip that safeguards the holder's personal information and photograph. It also features a verification mechanism compatible with biometric systems such as smart gates at international borders. The passport's design reflects national pride, showcasing Belizean landmarks and symbols. It incorporates 26 modern security elements to prevent fraud and corruption. The introduction of the e-passport aims to enhance security, improve processing efficiency, and reduce application backlogs, benefiting Belizeans both domestically and abroad. The Ministry of Immigration, strengthening national sovereignty, security, and socio-economic development.
you want to know. We from St. Martin, we from St. Martin, now where you come from?
St. Martin's Festival happening September 7th. You know, the Sunday, I want to make sure to come up bring out the whole family.
Alright people, this is Kenny Gladden representing for the St. Martin's Fest, September the 7th. Nobody will not miss this out because New Creation Band one day there with a lot of other people come in.
Yo, you don't know this is your boy TR Shine and it's going to be the Martin's Fest right there from Mahogany Boulevard. Cremant, but you don't know if you don't come out and it's
We from St. Martin, we from St. Martin, now where you come from?
WUB Wakeabili's Morning Vibes on this Tuesday, 19th August 2025. We have guests, but before we got guests, I got a caller who's been on hold, so let me just find out. Good morning, WUB, what's up?
Hi, good morning, Mose. Hi, I like that you highlight the fact about this high-level meeting that was held between Belize, Mexico, and Guatemala, and I think it's a good thing for the government to embrace the media, and because the media helps the government to be transparent, and it serves a purpose. You know, I think I remember back in the past when the government passed the Blue Bond, and there was this high-level trip. I don't know if it was somewhere in Europe or so, and it was interesting because the government funded passage for multiple people from the media to attend. So it's not a case that the government does not have the money. They can find the money when they think it is convenient or good. Yeah. I see that even in the U.S. As a matter of fact, in the U.S., whenever the U.S. president travels, he travels with the press. The press actually has different members of the press has seats, reserved seats in Air Force One in the airplane. And so therefore, I think it is very good if the media would take up if the media and the government would partner together, and that the media would actually travel with the government, because the government is representing us. So I wasn't even thinking about that, but it's good that you mentioned it, and have you ever thought about running for government modes?
No,
because
sir.
sometimes you do bring up some very good points that other members of society isn't considered.
No. That's not my cut. So that's not ever going to happen. But I don't want. I need to be clear before you go off that I am not lamenting the lack of funding or facilitation. I am lamenting, or I'm calling out the fact that they are not respectful. I think it's disrespectful to inform us 11th hour of a meeting of that magnitude. Unacceptable. And even if it's a place that we cannot afford to reach, you still have to act in our way to give us the time in the event that we want to see how we can make it there if we think that meeting is important enough. Telling us a couple days before, it doesn't work. And so I'm talking here about fundamental respect. I'm not seeking any facilitation, any financing. It's just about just something as fundamental as a I would say a commitment to having regular press conferences. Again, it's incredibly insulting that there has been this disregard for something that is as effective of that. And it's again, the insult is not really to media as much as it is to people, because it's neglecting what I consider to be a fundamental responsibility. Sharing information with the people that you're leading and you're representing. Okay?
Yes, it is a fundamental responsibility mode, but it's good that you highlight it, because sometimes the government and the people are so busy with different things, they don't consider it. So it's good that you're highlighting it. Maybe it can be an oversight. I think the government has a press office. Maybe it's an oversight, but we need to challenge them and we need to hold their hands and help them as well, because
I'm not holding anybody's hand. I am saying here that they need to do better, and they need to understand that it's not a favor that is being done. You're not doing media houses a favor. What you're doing is fulfilling your responsibility as someone that has been given a job by the people of Belize. That's it.
Okay.
So it's not a favor. It's not I'm not interested to hold anybody's hands. I'm just saying this is what you're supposed to do. This is what you need to do. All right?
Yeah. The reason why I'm asking you if you'd consider running for office, we know it may not be your forte, your personal forte or whatever, but we're all called to serve. So if you have this passion, maybe the reason you have this passion is because you're called to service. Maybe that's your calling. And I'm telling you that if you do it, if you do decide to do it, one day, just don't change when you get there. I've known of two different.
I'm not even. Listen, I'm not trying to be modest. This is not some kind of attempt at modesty. I know what I am. I know what I know. I know what I'm. Listen. Either just me and this is the talk show, and I do my best to serve through this medium. I don't have that vision for myself. I want to see a better leadership system. I want to see the kind of reform that is less dependent on personalities. It is more dependent on mechanisms that ensure that even when you might not have the best possible person there, that the system and the mechanisms are there to uphold the required principles of accountability, transparency, decision making based on consultation and a commitment to representing what is the best interest of the people of Belize. That's what I fundamentally believe in now. I am not. I feel that listen to me. The very best of us for take up the positions of leadership. People who are outstanding achievers, people who are people who have a track record of excellence, of being organized, of having work ethic, of building and having evidence of success, I feel like these are some of the requirements to essentially aspire to be those individuals that will be transformative for the nation and for the society. So I fall way short of those standards, and I don't have any such ambition. But I respect the fact. I respect the fact, one, that you obviously pay me a compliment. So thank you very much. I know to disrespect that. I thank you. But
well, the thing is, Mose, I'm thinking not just about you as an individual, because I'm not. Flattery is when you say something to somebody's face that you will not say behind their back.
Right.
And I would say that behind your back, that I think you'd be a good leader, because it has to do with your heart. It has to do with your heart and your passion. And from what we're seeing, and I'm sure the people, you already know if you run, you'll get it right away. Because
leadership is not.
It's not about color. It's about personality and people's heart. And if you have a passion to help to serve the people,
leadership is not easy. It's difficult. It's easy for being a talk show host and give opinions and make points and offer criticisms. Like, to see a problem and identify a problem is not heroic. It's not genius. To look at a thing and say that is wrong, and to be a referee doesn't mean that you are a basketballer. It means that you simply understand the game or whatever. So all I do that essentially, like, in a way to be a referee, to say like, yo, that's foul. That doesn't make me a genius. It doesn't make me a leader. It's easy to have an opinion. Everybody has one. I try to make sure that my opinions are honest. Sometimes my opinions are wrong, and I try my best to always not be so caught up in my own self, for not have the understanding that even when you have an opinion today, tomorrow you could find out that you may as wrong as anything, and you try to deal with that. I try to take the responsibility of expressing opinions very seriously, because you understand that you're in a position of influence, and I don't want to put people to think nonsense, and I don't want people believing in nonsense. But that doesn't make me any a leader. I even though I criticize leaders, I fundamentally understand that this is not easy work. But at the end of the day, nobody put one gun to anybody's head for me to become one leader. They chose that. They chose that part. You know what come with that part? Headache. You know what come with that part? Stress. You know what come with that part that they have chosen? Huge responsibilities, brother. So, and when you know what come with that part? Have to listen to big mouth like me. They criticize me weekday mornings from 6:30 till 9. That I work on along with it. Nobody forced them to take this. Then take it, then become it, and that's it. I choose one different way. But thank you again. I have guests. I don't know.
Let me just say this quickly, and Mose.
Yes,
one more minute.
Yes, sir.
Introspectiveness and humility and wisdom is good when you have it. And we've seen this in your very flesh and blood in your brother, Hyde. He talked the talk, but he also walked the walk as well. He has done a lot to help out a lot of poor people in Belize, giving people land and so on. So if you have the heart, God can make it possible. But I just want to make 2 points quickly, Brother Mose. The road situation in Belize, right? The roads really need to be painted. Friday night, I saw an accident happened on the Western Highway. And it's all because the roads aren't painted. Because the roads aren't maintained and they aren't painted, it causes people who have to guess and navigate. When they drive at night and another vehicle come in a direction, even low beam, sometimes you can't see. And the only guide that will look on your right hand side for the line, for not to go close to it and not cross it. But if no line is there, and make matters even worse when you rain, right? And so we're just asking the government, so please, people need jobs. Develop a highway crew. We'll always be responsible for maintaining the highways where save lives like that, right? And the final point I want to make is with respect to the carnival. You know, the government can't say that they don't have money for maintaining the road if they gave tens of thousands of dollars to carnival. But I just want to ask the people I believe, so please be mindful. Just think about the children during carnival, right? Think about the children, about what we're exposing them to. Nobody would have cared about the 8-year-old, 7-year-old from a strip club. But yet we carry them out on the street and they're seeing the strip club during daylight hours. And so, as a society, we have a responsibility to our children. With the way how we make carnival just get out of control, but we could put guardrails on it to make it decent, but we just make it get out of control, and in doing so, it's like we're leading our children down a road to destruction.
All right.
So thanks, Mose.
All right, thank you for the call. And I want to just thank my guests for, I didn't know I would be on the line that long. I just had that caller on hold. We have the good people from Tubal with us. If you don't know, Tubal is at mile, is that like 12, 11 and a half? 10 and a half? It's 10? That's not 10. It's not 10. It's more 11. Okay. Well, anyway, I know they have to tell you on a place there. That's the Philip Golson Highway. And it's celebrating, first of all, we have in studios Travis Young. He's the chairman of the Tubal Trade and Vocational Institute.
Morning, Belize.
And
we're so thankful that you have us here this morning.
Absolutely, you are. I don't feel like I have broken a rule because you guys were to come on at 8, but I was bringing you on earlier.
No problem.
So but yeah, I had you guys sit and have to listen to our entire call.
That's okay. That's okay.
Long. We have with us the CEO of J. Nicole Enterprise, and that is J. Nicole Jackson, and also the founder of the Real Estate Institute of Belize, and she is partnering with Tubal. She's not a Belizean, just a lover of Belize.
Yeah.
Obviously, she is from the mighty United States of America via Texas.
The great state of Texas.
The Lone Star State is in the house.
Yes.
Okay, so we're going to start with you, Travis. 24 years of Tubal. What has Tubal done over that 24 years, and why are you celebrating?
Well, Belize has its track record when it comes to Tubal. Tubal have gotten their awards for some of the stuff that they've did. A lot of the students that we had at Tubal became very good professionals, and this year, along with J. Nicole Enterprise, we're teaming up. So we're celebrating our 24 years of what we're doing at Tubal: catering, construction, woodwork, electrical, and a lot of these students come into Belize and become professionals. Some of them become entrepreneurs and so forth.
How many students you have presently?
Presently, we have about 35 students.
About 35 students. Over the 24 years, about approximately how many students have passed?
A lot of students have passed through. I believe over thousands of students have passed through over those 24
All right,
years.
and you would say you have tracked your students to see how they have done since?
Yes, we have tracked. This coming 24 years, we're opening the school year with a bang. We're bringing back some students that became professionals, that became entrepreneurs, to instill values back into the students that we now have, to remind them that getting a trade is not the end. Because people think that when you go to these schools that you're in and you're going to be placed at the bottom of the barrel, but no, you can become somebody in Belize and maybe your own enterprise.
Right.
So, and what we want to do here is we want to highlight that the 24 years we're going to be doing a cutting of the ribbon, because we're changing our logo this year. We also want to bring back some of the students. We're looking at some of the students to bring them back to instill values and goals into the students that we now have. And other trade students that they didn't go to Tubal, but they went to a different trade school. But we just want to highlight why trade and having a skill is important. And of course, we're going to have refreshments and those things available for whoever come and celebrate with us.
So presently, the courses that are offered at Tubal, just right now for 2025 school year, what are we looking at?
So the courses that we currently have and we had in the past is catering, construction, electrical, and woodwork. And for this year, we partnered with J. Nicole Enterprise, and she brought something new to the table, a new skill that I don't think other vocational schools were interested in. And I said earlier that there are a lot of real estate people just up and coming, but Miss Nicole has something that we found very unique. So Tubal decided to partnership up with Miss Nicole to give real estate classes to people to become professionals. And also we're introducing interior designing. So Miss Nicole can talk more about those two courses that we're going to be implementing this year.
You are the founder of the Real Estate Institute of Belize. When did that happen, and what exactly does it do?
Well, that's what we operate under the Real Estate Institute of Belize to partner with Tubal. And I want to go back a little bit about a lot of people don't know what the name of the school, where it came from. And it comes from Tubal Cain, who's in the Bible. And Mr. Bailey, one thing about him is he's passionate about God. And that was the one reason why I said I have to get in partnership with this school. And Tubal Cain was one of the first tradesmen in the Bible. And so that's what he rooted the school in. And the slogan is fitting souls for Christ. So when I met Mr. Bailey, he said, I want to make sure that people take their God-given talent and able to make a living with it. You know, not just survive, but to thrive. And so when you look at the trade industry and you look at the regular, you know, you go to college and you may be a doctor or you may be a lawyer, and those are needed. But then you also have people like myself who basically, we might not want to go to traditional college. And we might need to make money a little quicker than 2 to 4 years, right? Mm-hmm. So you have individuals who will go to this school, and our goal is to take their God-given talent, match them up with the trade, and allow them to go out and not just be employees, but to be entrepreneurs as well. So we want to encourage the next generation of entrepreneurs in electrician, construction, home decor, real estate. And my business, that's what we do. We're a one-stop shop. We do real estate, construction, and home decor. So when I met Mr. Bailey and his passion for what they consider at-risk youth, I thought about myself and I thought about my story. And so basically, I was one of those at-risk youth. And I went to a trade school in America, which is called Gary Job Corps. And I picked up the trade of an electrician at the age of 18. I was a high school dropout. And that trade school saved my life. And from there, I went from there to the military. And I went to the U.S. Army. And I served in the U.S. Army. And then from there, I've been a mayor of a town. I've owned my own business for over a decade now, you know. And so people do not understand the power of trade schools and entrepreneurship and finding your God-given talent and matching that up and being able to go out into the world and serve your community. So this is why J. Nicole is partnering with Tubal. This is why we're taking it to the next level. For this 24th anniversary, we're revamping everything. We have new logo, new shirts. We're painting the buildings, painting the classrooms, and we're telling not just at-risk youth, but anybody who has a passion for real estate, anybody who has a passion for interior design, anybody who wants to construct and build, God gave you this passion for a reason. And the traditional school may not adhere to what you want to do in life. So we're taking it to the next level in this next phase. All
right, so that's great. When we get back from the break, we're going to find out a little bit about how you ended up in Belize, and then we're going to talk about what the course will look like and who exactly are you putting it out there for? Who should come and participate and learn? So when we come back from the break, though, we'll be right back. This is WUB Wake Up Belize Morning Vibes, Tuesday morning. Tubal in the house. Stick around.
To earn V-Bucks, you must make purchases at any Benny's locations or its entities near you. The more you spend, the more you earn. You also get double the V-Bucks on promotional days. Multiple purchases completed in a single day cannot be combined and will be considered separately. Benny's is committed to offering you competitive prices on all your purchases. No value is added with V-Bucks. To learn more, visit our website at www.vbucks.bz. Remember, loyalty is always rewarding with V-Bucks. Brought to you by Benny's. Quality and savings.
Let's take a journey through the core functions of the Social Security Board. It all starts with registering as an insured person, employer, or self-employed individual. Sign up for a portal account to manage your Social Security information online. Just provide accurate information and click Create. This will give you access to a range of services and benefits. Next, your contribution, along with investments and other income, are collected and distributed into 3 funds. This ensures that the SSB fund is securely utilized to support various benefit programs. The SSB is committed to providing essential benefits such as sickness, maternity, injury, and pension. These benefits are paid out to eligible individuals as a part of the Social Security coverage. We help you navigate through life's challenges with financial security. Annual surplus accumulates to grow the fund each year. This surplus is invested into various industries, contributing to the growth and development of our nation. With each passing year, the fund continues to grow due to the annual surplus and interest revenue earned from prudent investments. This surplus, along with reserves, helps to bolster the SSB fund and provide a safety net for those in need. We've arrived at the end of our journey to better understanding how the SSB works. We remain committed to serving you and building a secure future for all Belizeans.
Whether you are a busy person or stuck in traffic or having an adverse or very demanding circumstance, tension builds up, causing you to be stressed out. Stress attacks everyone, anytime, any age. And stress is a killer. Palm City? It's best to be alive than dead. So visit Freetown Drugstore to get options to relieve stress and to relax your mind.
This time, what can I do for you today?
I'm so stressed out.
Okay, I'm saying I can help right now. When I this daily, for 10 days, I am good after that, okay?
Okay.
Freetown Drugstore, 28 Freetown Road, where you are better off alive than dead. Freetown Drugstore, telephone 223-2876.
Planning a trip to Belize? Here's how to complete your I Declare Arrival form in 5 easy steps. Step 1. Visit belizetravel.immigration.gov.bz. Step 2. Select the appropriate forms for arrivals. Choose Arriving to Belize. Step 3. Provide your origin trip details, including your departure airport and country of residence. Step 4. Carefully complete the immigration form. Add dependents if necessary. Declare baggage, currency, and merchandise, and confirm your entries are correct. Step 5. Download your completed form and take a screenshot of your QR code and reference ID to present to the immigration officer. Thank you for using Belize iTravel. Safe journey.
Los nuevos billetes de Belice presentan a héroes nacionales. Pero, ¿cómo reflejan los billetes el patrimonio de nuestro país? La nueva serie de billetes celebra las 2 dimensiones de la moneda: un medio de intercambio y una representación de nuestro patrimonio beliceño. El Banco Central se compromete a mantener nuestra moneda no solo segura, sino también una fuente de orgullo nacional. Cada denominación presenta un tema del paisaje beliceño, incluyendo edificios históricos, atracciones arqueológicas y marinas, cascadas y ríos, aves y vida silvestre. Estos son una parte central de nuestro patrimonio nacional y un tributo a este lugar que llamamos hogar. www.centralbank.org.bz. Un comunicado del Banco Central de Belice.
We from St. Martin, we from St. Martin, now where you come from?
St. Martin's Festival happening September 7th. Then on the Sunday, I want to make sure I come up with all the whole families.
Alright people, this is Kenny Gladden representing for the St. Martin's Fest, September the 7th. Nobody will not miss this out because New Creation Band one day there with a lot of other people come in.
Yo, you don't know this is your boy TR Shine and it's going to be the Martins Fest right there from Mahogany Boulevard. Cremite, we don't know if you don't come out and it's
Alright, we from St. Martin, we from St. Martin, now where you come from?
welcome back to the WB Wake Up Belize Morning Vibes. It's a Tuesday morning, 19th August 2025. Mose Hyde hosting. We have Tobal in the house. We've got Travis Young, chairman of Tobal Trade and Vocational Institute, and we're also joined by the CEO of J. Nicole Enterprise and Real Estate Institute of Belize, with J. Nicole Jackson. And she's not from here. She just loves here, and she's giving here the energy. Originally from Texas. How did you end up coming to Belize?
So I was invited for a speaking engagement when I was the mayor of the city of Rice, Texas. I was invited at a women's conference, She for She conference. Mayor Palacio invited me to come and speak with her. And I visited one time, and I met Del Marie, and I met all of these different individuals, and they kept calling me back. Come and visit. So I've been coming back and forth since 2022, and we made the final move to relocate, myself and my daughters, last year.
So you're now living here?
We relocated here. Right. J. Nicole Enterprise, this is our headquarters. We still operate in Texas, and we have plans to expand to some Caribbean areas, other Caribbean areas as well.
All right. Now, what does the course entail at Tobal Real Estate? Or what is it going to be? How long? And what will be taught?
So the difference between this course and just your everyday real estate agent is we have what we call the Bell Pro agent, which is a Belize professional, right? Bell Pro interior designer, a Belize professional. What these agents will adhere to is a code of ethics. So they're going to say, yes, I will obey this code of ethics as a real estate agent. They're going to adhere to the training, completing the training. So they will be trained, they'll be trusted, they'll be educated Bell Pro agents. So we have two different levels. We have an elite level and we have an associate level. And you have to take the associate first, which is 240 hours. And then if you want to go on to the elite, you go on to the elite. This is for adults. These programs are for adults. And what we're doing is we're taking a percentage of what we make off of these programs and giving it to our youth programs to give a stronger stability to Tubal to support our youth programs.
So what are they going to learn about real estate? What?
So they're going to learn real estate law. So I've written a book, and the name of the book is The Belize Real Estate Blueprint. And so it covers real estate law, it covers contracts, it covers dealing with your customers, it covers social media, marketing, it covers doing open houses, everything you can think about being a Belize real estate agent. And the interior design is also going to cover, but that's going to start in the next semester. It's going to cover doing staging for when you're staging properties. It's going to cover actually going in and doing consultations with clients, finding out what their design aesthetic is, and helping them to design a home of their dreams.
All right. That sounds interesting. Tobal expanding, diversifying, it's great. Could you give me a sense, like, the mindset is vocational trade is for people who, you couldn't make it to school.
Not necessarily.
But I'm saying the mindset. I'm not telling you what is real. I'm telling you what the mindset is. That, well, it's like if they hear you're going to vocational, you are thought of as you're lesser of a student.
The last chance something like that.
What do you say to those who have that kind of view?
Well, I would say it's not your last chance, but that's what most people would say. It's your last chance since you drop out of high school or you drop out of academic programs or something to that effect. But I see Tubal more of giving you that skill set for that you can be a better professional in the world. And here we can see you move from a professional to becoming an entrepreneur. So I wanted people to know that Tubal is not just there as babysitting, but they give you a skill to become an owner, become somebody, your own boss per se. And these programs, catering, construction, Mr. Bailey was a tradesman first before he became a contractor himself. And that's where he said, I want to put skills in these people or these young people so that they can become founders. They can become owners. Sorry.
All right, I got to take this call. Krem, good morning, WB. Good morning.
Yes, good morning. When dealing with the construction field, I told you my background in construction management.
Could we get? I am maxed out with volume. Can you speak a little bit louder, my brother?
Yeah, can you hear me now, sir?
Hang on, yeah.
Yeah, I teach electrical for the state of Nevada and everything. And 1/3 of my students are people that are working in a professional job or on parole or on probation. Now, the 1/3 of the people, they got careers already, but they're not satisfied with their pay wages. Everybody is turning to a skilled trade job here in America because that's what's paying right now. Me as an electrician, I could be an electrician and make more than a person that has a master's degree or a doctorate degree. It's up to your ability of what you do after you graduate in that program and everything. So, you know, there's no type of discrimination when it comes to construction out there in the work field. You know, your background check is more likely than a person that works into an office. So, guys, continue to do the good work in your programs and everything. I hear about your real estate program, but you also need to embed business principles. That's a basic concept of business on how the assets and where the money goes to and everything. But keep up the good work, guys, and everything. And like I said, skilled trade job pays more than bachelor's degree nowadays in America. Thank you.
Yeah.
So I've done my research, and I'm not a Belizean, but when we look forward to where Belize is going, we have to look at a couple of things. AI is taking away a lot of jobs. When I say AI technology is taking away a lot of jobs. Jobs that you traditionally used to go to college for, they will no longer be here in the future. Two, when you look at the pay grade of how much you make from a traditional job compared to what you can make as an entrepreneur in a trade, it's ridiculous. The cost to get an education in a traditional school and the cost compared to a tool, it's ridiculous. And so I'm not saying that traditional education is not needed, because there's certain things that I don't want to go to a doctor who hasn't been educated, you know, but there's other opportunities that we need to really look at and turn how we look at them to a different way. Like he said, construction, when you build homes, a lot of Belizeans are coming back from America to Belize. So the home industry is going to go skyrocket. Where are they going to live? We need to be able to build these homes. So if you own the company that builds the home, AI can't take that job away from you. If you're a professional who does electrician, you have to have a license to do that. A robot can't come and do that and take that job from you. So we really need to find out the youth that's coming up, what are we going to train them in for future jobs that will be here, that will pay, and allow them not to just be employees, but be entrepreneurs, so that we can generate generational wealth. And so I really believe in tradesmen and real estate and different types of opportunities for our youth.
It's interesting, you know, I think it's great because we need to be intentional in creating a space for our young who are falling off. We need to have a safety net. We need to have things for them to do. Tubal has played a very key role in doing that. I met a young friend of mine. And I met him. He had a little summer job. He told me he's going back. He's going back to the university, so he's not going to be at the spot working again. And he's told me he's taking business science at the University of Belize. So that's good, and it's good to know that, you know, this youth is focused and trying to develop self and is still on a good path. But I am very concerned about what it looks like when you walk away from, say, the University of Belize with such a degree, when we see like so many of our young people have their associate's degree, have their bachelor's, they end up at a call center. And then, you know, despite the confidence that the call center people have that they are not going to be they're not going to be affected by legislation or affected by technology or whatever. Good for them, they're confident. But everybody on the planet is presently anxious about what the implications are of the technology, because they see it happening, and this is not a doomsday scenario. It is happening while we're speaking. So my advice to him, I said, good, that's good you're doing that. I said, but if I were you, I would do a course on the side with your hands. Do welding, plumbing, like, do not have this negative association with hands, the work of the hands, because you get a degree in some academic area, general studies, business, whatever, but you know too well. So now you have the development of mind because you've pursued university, but now you also have a specific skill. So even a place like Tobal and hearing Sister Jackson, describe, what we're trying to do, is that you should be driving towards getting even adults right now who are working. So, you could be a talk show host. Exactly. Come on, take one leave. Take one leave.
I'm here as the chairman, and I want to be involved in getting, because I do real estate on the side, but I'm not doing it in this magnitude, meaning that I want the education. I want to be able to be better at what I'm doing.
I want to learn for well.
That's good.
I don't want to.
And you're a talk show host.
I want to learn for well.
Exactly.
Like that. Of all the things with hands where I'm interested to learn, I want to learn for well.
Exactly.
Because I don't figure that the AI could even mimic my voice.
No.
Yes.
Right.
That's true. That's true.
The AI could mimic my voice. AI could get my face and my voice. You could create one show where look just like me and another me.
That's true.
That's where we are with AI. Like replaceable, absolutely replaceable. But if I know for well, AI can't come out of that computer there and do none of that.
They're actually robots that does it, but here in Belize,
no robot can't take my job. No robot can't take my job. It's too expensive.
The truth, like you said just now, I just wanted to highlight again. Although sometimes people are getting their bachelor's and their master's, we don't have the jobs out here to provide those degrees and even the salaries, because people are walking away from, you have a master's and you're still making a bachelor's salary or an associate salary. So they are walking away from those professional jobs, and these jobs with these skill sets, these are the ones that are now we are trying to populate them, because if you notice, there's a lot of jobs with skill sets. There's a lot of people. Right now, the contractors, they are crying out that they don't have contractors. They don't have people to help them build, because most of them are educated and they don't want to do that. But at the same time, when you create the skill set, then you'll create an employment for them. So that's what we're looking at. We're trying to create employment, and we're trying to make them become their own bosses and trying to create their own ownership and so forth.
All right. What are your thoughts on that?
My thoughts is you have to go back to purpose, because every individual was put on this earth for a purpose. And when you find out what your purpose is and what's your God-given talent, and you match that up with what you do, you love every day. Every day you get up, you want to go to work. Every day so you're not just doing it for the money. But the Bible says that your gifts make room for you. So when you go out and do what you were called to do, God is a creator. He builds, He creates. We need people who are ready to build up beliefs, who's ready to create and use their God-given talents in the world.
All right. WB, good morning.
Brother Mose. My goodness, I'm listening to this show, and I'm seeing a powerful black woman over there. Mother Mose, I think God was a woman. I really do.
Okay.
Because I don't think men have the capability. But listening to this lady speak, I'm wondering, I think the same way, by the way, Mom. I feel that my children need to learn not to become followers, but to become leaders. Not to go to work for somebody, but work for yourself. Not to be paid by somebody, but to be paying yourself. Because I can't put up with lots of stuff. I definitely know I couldn't live in the U.S. I can't. There is too much rules, too much stupidity. Plus, there is an orange president right now. I can't live here. I cannot. And I cannot follow all the rules. I am not a rule follower. I am that sheep that looks back and says, why is everybody going that way? But I don't want to go that way. I don't want to be only on this side. I want to do what I want to do. And a lot of people are miserable For example, yesterday I went to a store and I met a girl and she was so nice. And I said, hold up, are you okay? Are you sure you don't want to go to the hospital? And she said, why? I said, because this is not normal, a person who works behavior, attitude. You're too kind. Normally, these young people say, what do you want? With an attitude. And she was, hi, hello, how can I help you? And that shocked me. And I said to her, I said, you know, it's nice that you're happy being paid. But with an attitude like that, and you having your own business, you'll be making 7 times what you're making here. You see? And not everybody is cut out to be an academic. I went to 24 schools and I never finished because
you went to how many schools, Calimore?
24.
24.
I went to San Antonio, Paraíso, Libertad, everybody who accepted me at the time. As a matter of fact, Gil Harris 7 used to call me all school reject. Yeah,
you went to 24 schools, Calimore?
What happened, it wasn't that I wasn't a good student. It was that I was painted with a brush when I was 5 years old.
You were what?
And the brush said, he's a bad guy.
Okay.
He's a bad guy.
So you were a lot of energy and you got into a lot of trouble.
If I was in the US, they would have had me drugged up on Ritalin long time. Because I was super hyped. I was ready to go. I had too much energy and
so
nobody
you attended every single primary school in the north?
That accepted me because Mary Hill, Adventist and Nazarene said, hell no, not here. He ain't coming. And my mom didn't want to sue them too, so you had to go to court for some schools to accept me because it was that bad. Because I was created at a young age.
So where did you learn your trade, my brother? Where did you learn?
Oh, one day I built a bicycle for my little brother who doesn't speak to me anymore out of wood and 2 bucket cover. And my mom said, my God, son, my brother cried when we were going out because he wanted the bike inside the house. And then I started building stuff and I realized that these hands are going to make me be very happy. I'm a construction worker and I haven't worked a day in my life. You know why, Mose? I'm in therapy all day. When I build stuff, when I lay tiles, when I do something that nobody thought was possible, you know, when I look at myself and say, who's the master? I'm the master. I'm Leroy. That's right. That's who it is. But I love what I do.
You could be a motivational speaker, you know, Calimore.
Wait, I just want to say this.
Could be a comedian too.
People would be motivated to understand that you don't need to go to a school for somebody to tell you what your God-given talent is. You have that inside of you, and if you love doing it, you will never be tired. I could do construction 27, 29 hours. And not fall asleep because I actually love what I'm doing.
Yes.
You understand me?
Yes.
People who go home tired most, it's because they don't love it. If you love what you're doing, man, most you'd never get tired of doing this show. Because this is what you love. This is your passion. And if more believers would only understand, follow your dreams. Don't be discouraged. You have a dream. Don't put the dream back and say, one of these days, live the dream. I live the dream every day.
I think it's. I'm glad you called in. I don't know if any other guest wants to say anything to you, but thank you very much for calling in, brother, and sharing.
I'm going to go live the dream right now, Mose. I'm going to go stick some cement block.
That's it.
Respect.
And I'm going to be very happy.
And you know, when you do this kind of work, you can afford for. Take your whole family by plane to San Pedro.
Yes.
And,
yes, man. I don't break nobody. Nobody gives me nothing. I work for what I want most. Amen. That's one beautiful thing about being self-employed. You don't do it every day. Because don't believe that I fly out every 2 years or every year. It doesn't happen that way. Yeah. But it does happen. Yeah. It's a dream. Anyway, guys,
thank you
I'm going to listen to the rest of the show off the air. Keep inspiring, and I hope you touch 2 people in the leads today. That would be a lot.
Thank you. Thank
At
you.
least 2.
Thank you.
At least 2. For the benefit of those who are listening, watching, and are interested in the courses, interested in trying to find more about how do they access and
Well, I was just gonna look the number here. We have a website as well, and we can leave the website so that you guys can put it in the chat or on Facebook. But the number here that you can contact is 225-3944. We do have a WhatsApp number when it comes to the new courses, the real estate courses and the interior designing courses as well. Miss Nicole, the number for the WhatsApp? Oh,
they can call straight to the school.
Or they can call straight to the school, and we're going to give you the number. And then basically, but we do have a website, we do have the application as well, that you can do the application, and we have that support as well.
Is there any process of collaboration or at least some alignment with I know that there is a growing realtors association in Belize.
Yes.
Do they you would say, are they in any way endorsing and?
Well, I am a broker here. I have a brokerage.
Okay.
And I'm a member of the association. And we will be teaming up with all of the brokerages so that when they graduate from the school, they'll be introduced to the brokerages. And the brokerages can interview with them and decide if they want to take them on as a real estate agent. So we will be contacting all of the brokerages. So if you're interested in teaming up with our students, they will be educated. They'll be ready to fight. They'll understand the business side of real estate, because people go to school for real estate and they don't understand that it's not just the laws. You have to understand how to get the customers, keep the customers, and service the customers. You know. So I'm going to take over a decade of my experience in real estate, and I'm going to pour it on these students, and we're going to connect them with the best and brightest brokerages so that they can serve the Belizean people.
All right. And again, we know that it's 24 years at Tuba.
Yeah, definitely.
And so we got to congratulate you.
Thank you. On behalf of Mr. Bailey. On
yes,
behalf of Mr. Bailey.
And Miss Bailey. I love her so
Bailey,
much.
the founders and the co-founders of them. We're just representing them. I know this show is no stranger to Mr. Bailey and that crowd. So we've been here multiple times. And Nelly as well.
Who's our
the principal,
amazing
the director of
She
the school
runs
as
the
well.
show.
So we're just here representing them. But basically they're the ones that does the operation and the day-to-day and the running of the school. When you know of Tubal getting some negative backlashes, like last year we got in, I think they broke into the school. We had to come back with a bang still, meaning that Mr. Bailey had to go deeper into his pocket, and people in the community look at what we're doing and they know of what we're doing and they donate and so forth. And I wanted to highlight something too, just to end off. I know the Honorable Minister Karim Musa, he does a program in the South Side, and every 3 months he has about maybe 50 or more students that comes to the school, and we do a three months course with them, doing cosmetics, doing catering, doing electrical. And then I think the first time he did it, he gave them $1,500 to start their program, and that's something that he's been doing every year. I think about 3 years going every year, so that he can give the young people of the South Side something to look forward to. So that's a program that we wanted to highlight. I think we just finished that during the summer. We had a small one there that some people came and they gave those courses.
All right. Again, we want to thank you both for joining us.
Thank you too. Thank you for having us.
And we hope the information has benefited more than 2 persons, Kalimo. We hope that it's beyond that, that you do have some folks who are become interested, and you have to act on that interest. You have to act. Nobody can act for you. You will have to lift yourself up and do your part. So look into it at the very least and see if it's something that is going to work for you. You have to continue seeking, and you got to continue acting on your own behalf. Then things can start to look the way you want it to look for you and manifest in actual reality for you. So this is information. These are doors that have been put in front of you now. It's up to you to make that next step. Congratulations again.
Thank you.
And all the best in the efforts. We're
Thank
going to
you.
take ourselves a break and come back.
Make every moment matter with your credit card. More transactions, more chances to win cash back. You can be one of 4 monthly winners. Get a chance to win cash back with every purchase of $100 or more. For more information, visit www.atlabank.com. Atlantic Bank, building the future together.
Nando's Wholesale is your market leader in Belize's wholesale industry when it comes to high-quality products at the most reasonable and competitive prices. With over 40 years in the wholesale business, Nando's Wholesale embraces the partnership of the hotel industry in Belize by providing world-renowned brands in wines, seasonings, condiments, and cleaners in industrial sizes, as well as small and large kitchen appliances and equipment. Nando's also takes pride in providing one of the quietest and most durable air conditioning systems in Belize with technical support and spare parts. Nando's Wholesale. Professional, reliable, effective, and prompt. Nando's Wholesale always delivers. Visit us at www.nandos.bz or send an email to nandos@nandos.bz. Or, even better yet, give us a call today at 222-500 or 280-8080 to speak to one of our sales representatives today.
The biggest business event of the year is back and better than ever. The Expo Belize Marketplace 2025. Mark your calendars and join us on September 13th and 14th at the Marion Jones Sporting Complex in Belize City. Don't miss your chance to explore hundreds of local businesses showcasing the very best in local products and services. From unbeatable deals and mouth-watering food and drinks to live entertainment that'll keep you moving. The Expo Belize Marketplace has it all. Whether you're shopping, discovering what's new on the market, or just enjoying the vibes, there's definitely something for everyone. So come on out and celebrate 29 years of Belizean innovation at the Expo Belize Marketplace 2025. See you there.
How will you come from? How will you come from? We from St. Martin, we from St. Martin, now where you come from?
St. Martin's Festival happening September 7th. Then on the Sunday, I want to make sure I come up bring out the whole family.
Alright people, this is Kenny Gladden representing for the St. Martin's Fest, September the 7th. Nobody will not miss this out because New Creation Band one day there with a lot of other people come in.
Yo, you don't know this is your boy TR Shine and it's going to be the Martins Fest right there from Mahogany Boulevard. Cremite, but you don't know if you don't come out and it's
We from St. Martin, we from St. Martin, now where you come from?
Welcome back to the WUB Wake Up Belize Morning Vibes on this Tuesday morning. It's 19th of August 2025. You're locked into Crim Radio and of course XTV on this Tuesday morning. Mose Hyde hosting today, had a little bit of traffic, but yeah, so good, very informative. Love the conversation. The telephone number for you to jump in is 280-5848, 280-5848. That's the line that you can participate in the conversation. In the segment, of course, I want to just kind of finish up some thoughts because I think it was a very important conversation where we start to reevaluate the kind of outlook we have on quote-unquote vocational type education, where it is seen as this area for people who are not performing in school, or so it becomes stigmatized. That's what you do when you're slow. You can't learn. You have to learn something with your hands. This is very negative. This is on a very backwards kind of outlook on the trade skills, the vocational skills. We just had this come up in the news cycle some weeks ago, where this conversation about the labor forces from out of CARICOM getting access into a market, the whole CSME, and there was this conversation about, we have not developed our skill level to be competitive, to be able to withstand if you have people coming in and all of that. Well, people have been coming in for a long time, so that's not the point. The point is that we've not properly prioritized, we have not properly branded, we have not properly committed to really looking at the value of creating high-level skilled tradespeople. We've done a lot of lip service. We've done a lot of, we created these spaces, but the kind of commitment to them wasn't there. We know that. We think of the work that has been done at the IT Vet in Orange Walk, which stands out. It's exemplary, it's extraordinary. Give thanks to that example of taking care of the space. But it's very important for us to not you look at a child, I don't want you to learn that, I want you to just stick with where you know, and look at academics and all of that, there's a space for that. But we are, in my view, we are completely out of balance. But I have a call. Krem, good morning, WB.
Morning, Brother Mose.
Good morning, sir.
You right here?
What you going, brother?
All right, I will help you on this one. Two things I will start off with.
Yeah.
Me and you, we not cut out to the politician. So I want to help up on that. But
all right.
When it comes, I'm on my way to 68 Mose, 1968. There's a man named Lindy Rogers who was a well-lad, 14 years old. Nobody know. I know that he happened to be my father. He becomes the deputy prime minister of this country. Mose, he makes sure that vacation start 1968. Kinclair, Sina, me run it. Afterwards, I was a product. Lindy Rogers was a 4 picnic at that time, boys. A brother who was a welder, older than me. I am a plumber. Next one was a tailor. Another one is a construction worker. They dropped the ball in the late 80s. I was a product of the vacation. And I work, and anybody could tell you, in the 80s, I was the one, at least one of the 5 good plumbers who come and find. I built my house at 28. Everybody know that. The thing is that they dropped the ball when they Lego vacation school and gone to the other colleges. My father never gone to no college. My father was a welder, and he makes sure that gone. They dropped the ball, which was wrong, and then they forgot the small man who with 13 or 14 when I don't know education person. But I pay myself all my life up to today. I am an entrepreneur. Everybody know me. Never get a lucky, so long as no senator know this, and get no gas for nobody. I pay my bills rough way, but I enjoy it my way. I remember one time a guy, a banker, I did a work for a banker, and when I charged him for about the day work, I couldn't remember exactly 2 changes. He said, Roger, you know, I must stop the banking. I said, why? He said, you make more money than me. You understand me? But remember now, I'm a plumber. I work in the ghettos. I do everything. So the trade people, that's the mistake why I think when they do. That's why we got a lot of the guys on the street, my Mose. Right? I think they got them street. If you continue that and never drop the ball, they can amalgamate it and take us to vacation school. I'm glad that Tobal take it over now. Mr. Bailey know me. I said I'm on my way to 68, so he knew that I was a plumber at that time there. But that's one of the mistakes. What I want to do, since the planet we could help it, I don't care when nobody say. Most the government has to build like a building and have to work all the day. Then make 2 go I know where party go. They go and get 2 black making machines and make 1 million blacks and take people out for the streets when need a job. That could help. And that could help. Make blacks and turn people to plumber. When I'm there on vacation, I tell you we got plumbers, we got people in lay blacks, we got everything, mechanics, and that's what
but Ali Raj, one of the things that I regret as Lee Boy, right? I don't spend time in regret, because this journey involves learning, and learning involves making mistakes, right? But one of the people might not know, but I'm sure you do, that my elders in the family had a machine shop on Northfront Street. You remember the machine shop?
Of course, definitely.
That day, my great grandfather and maybe my great granduncle, that would be Denham and Jim Hyde.
That's right.
So I remember they did a high school, and my pa during the summer said, you're going down to the machine shop. But you go to the machine shop, and this Panny Waters, Panny Riverside there, and a lot of old metal like this here. And so everybody give you some old metal and tell you about give you something for clean the old metal here, and I like this craziness where my program do at this place here. Because now you're a young boy, you know this, you don't know where this boat. You want your free time to go to run boat, and you know the way young boys interested for those. And you know understand the value and the knowledge where they are, right? I remember now that they had a late we part them, then they build the part that like they're not just like, oh, we want add one part with them. You see me? That crazy amount of knowledge there, right? But my level of appreciation for that, they say, well, the way how the society want to look upon him, brother, you know that, man, this is when they end up doing a life. They work with a lot of old metal and a lot of old engine. They try to do this, try to do that. And not understanding that we got a thing, right? In my view, we for a lot of we schooling, and I don't try to disrespect nobody, but a lot of we schooling involve memorizing. So you are given something, and then you go home, go read it, and then when you come back the next day, they will ask you that, and then you memorize that. And if you memorized it well, you get good grades, and they say you're smart. right? He said, is smart, and if you're smart, then we need you to try figure out how you want to be one liar, how you want to be one banker, how you want to be. That's what we need for you to be a doctor and whatever. And then and some other people are smart people, no doubt. But the idea that memorizing things make you smart, that was sign of intelligence. That was sign of people will know about computer, know the computer have hard drive space, and then the computer got processor speed. The power of the computer that the processor. And to make you solve things, to make you fix things, is one serious marker of intelligence. And anybody who involved with hands know that one lot of what you do on a daily basis that solve problems. Because they know like you know, when you get when somebody will know about engine, one good mechanic have to be intelligent.
That is right.
One man will build a fence. One man will lay blocks. You not judge him because well, so much things may go on with him. He never whatever you say. He never good at books. There's a level of intelligence that is required for do this kind of work as well. And for we lack of appreciation, for we negative views, say, well, I feel like at some point they tell me about the 80s and so that when people say I don't want my picnic not be no plumber or be no or know nothing about no be no contractor. No, cause you know look upon you and think you're slow.
That's right.
For we attitude and for we view of this is not right and it backwards. I don't try to bore you about Raj, but some weeks ago I got my uncle Satineha he want to check out the, you know, this is the place where they actually build boats still. And Ghana, this brother, and I don't know if you've ever seen how they build all the way past Swing Bridge and sailboat, and we don't understand that those are being built here.
Right.
And that there was once a time that you know we meet the guy where actually he built these boats in a way part. They actually ship the boat out. They actually export one couple of them boats here to Canada. Yeah. And the building of the boat. So we are like, and we just look at this work of art, brother, and the way how he work the measurements, because if you've never seen them do it, they make a model of the boat, a small model, then working on the measurements and the ratios of the small model, then they build out the big boat. Amazing stuff. You can't tell me that. So we're asking like, but when you dead, this knowledge are dead with you, because there is no place where there is anybody intentionally trying to make sure that knowledge is not lost.
Yep.
And you know, brother, they make a boat where he make a boat, I guess, for like one resort out at San Pedro, and the cost of this boat will be like over $100,000.
Yeah.
But people look pan he in this yard with all of them lot of 100 clamp and all this dust and thing around there and think, you know, I learn to do that. That no give you no, that no make nobody look pan you and think, oh, what prestige. but brother, we have one country where got 400,000 people in it, and we only have about 3 persons we know how to take some big slab of hardwood and turn it into a what I call you see the boat name where they make for fishing.
Oh yeah.
But you need to see the one name where they make for luxury.
Alright.
With people where they want the inside trim up and got the cabinets inside. You know, see they one day. And that the level where that there. But for we, you are absolutely right, Leroy. We not think that prestigious, and we not think that high level intelligence, man. What else it is, man? What else it is?
Yes, that measurement you need. When you do plumbing, you have to call a thing called roughing in. Before the building in build, you have to have measurements with tapes to put it there at when time that tile it set when the building done, you will set to position. Hello, you heard me?
I hear you fully. I listen to you, Leroy.
Yes.
Nobody can jump up and just start to run pipe.
No, you have to get measurement. I remember 1981 at San Pedro. I was out there, and when the man said, boy, we are putting, we got a hotel, we are open, named the Belizean Hotel. The people they send my spec to me, and I said, man, I have to work this out. We do, I think I am the first person to do what called reverse osmosis today. And San Pedro have it big by water, but I did that hotel there. We suck the salt water, and bam, when they go through some membrane, some big words, so my brains know, and filter process as I read back into this. And when you look, you drink water, less than a minute when you go through the next side. I was part of that as a man, that I really where I feel good. So today I say some people are doing the same thing on a bigger scale. At 10 times I used to do it by ship, so like I say, challenges, things that they definite way the small man could do, but I text the way how they close down a vacation because a lot of other men when they gone before me were product and men when they gone to States and make millions of dollars and make good money. And they work hard and when I see that close down, my father said that won't be one problem, you cannot close down we're party trade man. He was a welder. Well, we need a lot of welders today. A lot of welders. I mean, we drop the ball. But whenever last your party you come in now, I have to remind them now. I want to listen to you. Tell X, holler at me. I love my boy. Alright?
Alright. Bless and respect. Bless and respect. We go to a final break. We'll come back and close off for today.
At Atlantic Bank, your convenience is our priority. Our contact center is designed to enhance your banking experience. With a wide range of customer service options, you save time and effort. You can easily call in to block or unblock your debit and credit cards, perform account inquiries, and access detailed card information. Whether you need assistance with online banking, merchant support, or general inquiries, our team is ready to help. For added convenience, if all operators are busy, you can leave your number and an operator will return your call as soon as possible to ensure you receive the support you need. Depending on your transaction type, we may need to verify your identity through a set of security questions. And remember, Atlantic Bank will never request your username or password for Atlantic Online via phone call, text, or email, ensuring your personal information remains safe and secure. Our support team is available Monday to Friday from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. in both English and Spanish. Simply dial 223-1212. This is a dedicated line for our contact center. Atlantic Bank is committed to providing you with exceptional service and the tools you need to manage your finances conveniently and securely. Take full advantage of our easy-to-use contact center services today.
Atlantic Bank. Building the future together.
Use B-Bucks to purchase items at any Benny's location. Spend B-Bucks on items in-store after you have earned them. You can gift or transfer B-Bucks to another B-Bucks member or registered charity. To learn more, visit our website at www.bbucks.bz. Remember, loyalty is always rewarding with B-Bucks. Brought to you by Benny's. Quality and savings.
Here's how to access your contribution history on the My Social Security portal. First, go to your browser and type ssbportal.org.bz. Enter your email and password, then click Log In. Once logged in, you'll see your full portal account on the screen. On the left-hand side, you'll notice a drop-down menu for added features. Click on History. Choose Contributions. Read the disclaimer, then click Continue. You'll now see a full window displaying your contribution history. In the table, each row represents a different year. For example, let's look at the year 2024. Click on the row and a detailed breakdown will appear. This breakdown includes your employer's name, your earnings for each month and week, contribution type, the amounts paid, and that's how you can explore the new contribution feature on the My Social Security portal. It's quick, easy, and keeps your Social Security information right at your fingertips. Create your account today.
How will you come from? How will you come from? We from St. Martin. We from St. Martin. Now where you come from?
St. Martin's Festival happening September 7th. Then on the Sunday, I want to make sure I come up bring out the whole family.
Alright people, this is Kenny Gladden representing for the St. Martin's Fest, September the 7th. Nobody will not miss this out because New Creation Band one day there with a lot of other people come in.
Yo, you don't know this is your boy TR Shine and it's going to be the Martins Fest right there from Mahogany, Boulevard, Cremite, but you don't know if you don't come out and it's
We from St. Martin. We from St. Martin. Now where you come from?
Los nuevos billetes de Belice presentan a héroes nacionales. Pero, ¿cómo reflejan los billetes el patrimonio de nuestro país? La nueva serie de billetes celebra las dos dimensiones de la moneda, un medio de intercambio y una representación de nuestro patrimonio beliceño. El Banco Central se compromete a mantener nuestra moneda no solo segura, sino también una fuente de orgullo nacional. Cada denominación presenta un tema del paisaje beliceño, incluyendo edificios históricos, atracciones arqueológicas y marinas, cascadas y ríos, aves y vida silvestre. Estos son una parte central de nuestro patrimonio nacional y un tributo a este lugar que llamamos hogar. Nueva imagen, mismo valor, nuestro patrimonio. Para obtener más información, visite www.centralbank.org.bz. Un comunicado del Banco Central de Belice.
All right, welcome back. This is WB Wake Up Belize Morning Vibes. Mose Hyde in the house with you. We are done for today, but with health and strength, we're going to come back tomorrow morning at 6:30 for the Wednesday morning edition of Wake Up Belize Morning Vibes. We always make sure we give maximum respect to the team and make sure everything works at Creme Radio Larry G, at XTV, Harlan Wagner. Our director this morning, Miss Krista Flowers. Hope you have a great, productive Tuesday. As always, stand strong, stand firm. For now, we're gone!
We had the changes, and all the things that must happen and not got blue skies. And nothing that people get victimized. Let's work together for better, we got to unite.
Yeah. Wake up, Billies. Wake up, Billies. Another day is here. Wake up, Billies. Wake up, Billies. We gotta keep moving. Na 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 na. Wake up, Billies. Wake up, Billies. Everybody gotta put their time in. Wake up, Billies. Wake up, Billies. Voice our opinion and place your calling. WB. Get up, make every day count. Don't waste it, people. Do your part, play your role, get where you need to. You can tune in for work or in.